Welcome back, coin JF collectors, treasure hunters, and everyone curious about the hidden gems right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into a single coin, a tiny copper disc you might overlook every day, the 1971 D Lincoln cent. Don't let its humble appearance fool you. This coin, if you have the right one, could be worth much more than face value, even up to $442 or more in the current coin market. Yes, we're talking about a regular-looking 1-cent coin, minted over 50 years ago, that today holds not just history, but serious money-making potential. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned collector, or someone who just wants to know if the pennies in their jar are secretly rare collectibles, this video is for you. So get ready. We'll talk about the history, design, varieties, errors, values, and what exactly makes some of these 1971 D pennies ultra rare and highly valuable. You won't believe how a small error or special condition can turn one little penny into a $400 plus payday. Let's start with the basics. The 1971 D Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark under the date. In 1971 alone, over 2.9 billion of these coins were struck in Denver, making it one of the most common dates in the Lincoln cent series. But here's the catch: among the billions, a small number stand out due to minting errors, condition, and rare varieties. Now, the Lincoln cent design had been around since 1909, introduced on the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The obverse or front of the coin features his iconic profile designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials VDB are faintly inscribed at the bottom edge of Lincoln's shoulder. The reverse still featured the wheat ears design until 1958. But by 1971, it had the Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, which started in 1959. If you look closely at the memorial, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside, a detail often missed unless under magnification. Now here's where it gets exciting. Most 1971 D pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But a small group of them, due to exceptional condition, die errors, or unusual characteristics, are now worth hundreds of dollars to collectors. Some even call them ultra Lincoln pennies, because of their near-perfect state or unique attributes. 1. Mint state condition. High-grade coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. If you have a 1971 D penny in uncirculated condition, especially in mint state 65 or higher, you're in luck. The sharpness of the strike, full luster, no scratches, all these matter. In MS 65 condition, this penny can be worth $20 to $50. In MS 66 or MS 67, the value can leap to $150 to $300. The top auction sales for Ultra Gem 1971 D pennies have crossed $400 or more, depending on demand. 2. Rare errors. Minting mistakes that add big value. There are some dramatic and valuable error coins from this year. Keep an eye out for these. Double die obverse. Although rare for Denver Mint, if you see doubling in the date, the word Liberty, or I in God We Trust, that could mean a double die variety. These are extremely collectible. Off-center strikes. If part of the design is missing because the coin was struck off-center, it can be worth $50 to several $100s. Clipped planchets. A piece of the coin may be missing due to a minting error. This rarity can also add significant value. Die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs of metal where the die cracked or broke, very collectible for error hunters. Bi error. A common Lincoln cent die break where a small I appears between the B and E in Liberty. 3. Red color designation. Another value factor is color. A coin's original copper color changes over time. An older copper look, less value. RB, red-brown. Some original color remains RD bright, original mint red color. This is the most desirable and valuable. A 1971 D penny with a bright red finish in MS67 RD condition can be worth over $400. Let's talk about real sales. Point 1 1971 D Lincoln Cent graded MS67 RD by PCGS sold at auction for $442. Why? It had superb strike quality, brilliant red luster, and almost zero blemishes. Coins with strong eye appeal and professional grading always fetch higher prices in auctions. Even lower-grade uncirculated coins in rolls or sets can bring $5 to $20 apiece if sold to collectors or on eBay. The current market demand for Lincoln Memorial cents is rising, especially for high-grade examples and dramatic errors. Collectors are looking to complete their sets, and coins like the 1971 D are essential. So now you're probably asking, how do I know if my 1971 D penny is valuable? Here's what to do. Use a magnifying glass. Look closely for errors, doubling, die cracks. Check the coin's color. Is it still red or turned brown? Look at the strike and detail. Is Lincoln's hair sharply defined? Are all letters clear? Weigh it. Should be around 3.11 grams. Anything drastically different may indicate a wrong planchet error compared to graded images. Use online resources to match your coin's condition to MS grades. Consider getting it graded. If it looks like a top condition coin, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. That's how coins hit the big dollars in auctions. So there you have it. A coin worth just 1 cent in 1971 could be worth over $442 today, and that's just the beginning if the coin market continues to heat up. The 1971 D Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how everyday pocket change can hide true treasures. Whether it's an error coin, a perfect uncirculated gem, or a red-toned ultra penny, these coins are becoming harder to find and more desirable every year. So dig into those old jars, boxes, wallets, and coin rolls. You never know when you might pull out a copper penny that's worth a small fortune. Every collector's journey starts with a single coin. Maybe this is yours. OUTRO, 17 to 1800 hours. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more coin videos just like this, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a valuable update. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare Lincoln penny or if you want me to cover another year next. Maybe you're holding the next treasure in your hand right now. Thanks for watching, keep hunting, and always remember, in the world of coins, even a single cent can be priceless. Hashtag 1971 D penny, hashtag Lincoln cent, hashtag rare pennies, hashtag coin collecting, hashtag 1 cent treasure, hashtag copper gold, hashtag PCGS, hashtag coin values 2025. Let me know if you want a thumbnail title, description, or voiceover script for this as well. Today we're diving deep into the mysterious and fascinating world of the 1974 D Lincoln cent, also known as the 1 cent penny that might just be hiding in your pocket change, a penny that, under certain conditions, can be worth hundreds of dollars, even over $442 in the collector's market today. This is not just any penny, folks. This is a coin that combines American craftsmanship, economic experiment, and numismatic mystery all in one tiny copper disc. So grab your magnifying glass, open up those old coin jars, and stay tuned because this deep dive might just help you discover a small coin with big value. Section 1. The historical background of the Lincoln cent. First, let's go back in time to understand how the Lincoln cent came to be. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, a major shift in American coin design. From 1909 to 1958, the coin featured the iconic wheat reverse, and in 1959, for Lincoln's 150th birthday, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse was introduced. That reverse design continued until 2008, with millions and millions of coins struck over the decades. Section 2. What makes the 1974 D-penny so special? Now, let's zero in on the year 1974, a time when inflation was climbing, the cost of copper was rising, and the U.S. Mint was facing pressure to find more economical alternatives to producing 1-cent coins. Here's where it gets interesting. In 1974, the Mint experimented with making pennies out of aluminum instead of copper. Around 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck in Philadelphia, though nearly all were later melted down. While the 1974 aluminum cent from Denver was never officially released and is now considered illegal to own, a few specimens are rumored to have survived, and they're the stuff of numismatic legend. But even the regular 1974 Lincoln penny struck in copper can hold significant value, if it's the right kind. Let's break this down. Composition and design of the 1974 D-penny. The regular 1974 D-penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing in at 3.11 grams. On the obverse front, you'll see a bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the motto, "In God We Trust," arching over his head, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1974, on the right, followed by the small D Mint mark, which stands for the Denver Mint. On the reverse is the famous Lincoln Memorial, with the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. It's a clean, iconic, instantly recognizable coin, but under certain circumstances, it becomes an ultra-rare collectible. Section 4. Rare varieties and errors that can make the 1974 D-penny worth hundreds. Now comes the part you've been waiting for. How does a 1-cent coin become worth $442 or more? It all comes down to rarities, errors, condition, and I appeal. Let's explore the most sought-after varieties and error coins for 1974 D Lincoln cents. Point 1. Double die obverse. Some 1974 D pennies feature a double die on the front, especially visible in the date, "Liberty," or "In God We Trust." These doubled images are caused by a misalignment in the die-making process. Collectors go crazy for strong DDOs, and these can sell for $50 to over $200 depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's condition. Point 2. Off-center strikes. Off-center strike errors happen when the coin blank isn't properly aligned. A 1974 D Lincoln penny struck 10% to 50% off-center is not only a conversation piece, it's worth $20 to over $150. Depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. Point 3. Clipped planchet error. This is when a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a mistake in the cutting process. These clipped planchet coins are popular with collectors and can fetch $15 to $100 based on the size and shape of the clip. Point 4. High-grade MS coins. A normal 1974 D penny in your pocket change might only be worth a cent, but in uncirculated mint condition, these coins can soar in value. If your penny has no wear, strong luster, and no spots or discoloration, it might be graded MS65, MS66, or even MS67. Coins graded MS67 red have sold for over $400 at auction. So yes, just a regular 1974 D penny, in pristine condition, could be worth $442 or even more. Section 5. Grading and market value today. Now let's talk numbers. Based on recent auction data and online coin marketplaces, here's what you might expect. Circulated 1974 D penny, average condition face value, 1 cent MS60 to MS63, $2 to $10 MS64 red, $20 to $40 MS65 red, $50 to $100 MS66 red. $150 to $250 MS67 red, up to $442 or higher at major auctions. Remember, the red designation refers to the color of the copper. A bright, fiery red coin straight from the mint is always worth more than a brown or dull one. Section 6. How to check if you have a valuable 1974D penny. Examine your coin under a magnifier. Look for doubling in the lettering or the date. Check the color. Redder is better. Look for errors. Off-center, clipped planchets, or die cracks. Weigh your coin. If it's significantly under or over 3.11 grams, it could be a unique error. Send to a grader. If you think you've got something special, submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional authentication and grading. Section 7. Why collectors love the 1974D Lincoln penny. The 1974D penny holds a special place in American numismatics. Not only is it connected to the secretive aluminum cent experiment, but it's also part of a time in U.S. history when economic turmoil was forcing big changes in everyday currency. Add in the excitement of rare errors, high-grade specimens, and the potential for big profits, and you've got a coin that truly fires up the imagination. Section 8. Final thoughts. Could you be holding a hidden treasure? So here's the bottom line. Check your change. Look through those old jars, inherited coin boxes, and bank rolls. You never know when a 1974D Lincoln penny worth hundreds of dollars might be hiding right under your nose. With the right grade, the right color, or a rare minting error, what looks like a simple copper coin could be your ticket to a small fortune. And if you do find one, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your coin hunting stories, your questions, and your finds. OUTRO. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Lincoln cents and want more videos on rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin treasure update. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, every penny counts, especially the rare ones. Let me know if you want a thumbnail, text, title ideas, or even a short version for Instagram or TikTok. Back to the channel. JF Coins, where small coins tell big stories and pocket change could turn into piles of cash. In today's deep dive episode, we're exploring a simple yet fascinating copper-colored piece of American history, the 1975 Ultra Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that many overlook. Yet a few rare ones have been sold for over $442 or even more in auctions and private sales. That's right. We're talking about a coin that might be hiding in your piggy bank, jar of pennies, or passed down from your grandparents, and it could be worth hundreds of dollars. But what makes it so special? What's its hidden secret? And how can you identify the rare and valuable ones? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know everything about the 1975 Lincoln penny and whether you might be holding on to a mini fortune. Let's start with a bit of American history. The Lincoln cent, or what many of us simply call the penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and not just a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty. From 1909 through 1958, the penny featured wheat stalks on the reverse side, hence the nickname, Wheat Penny. But in 1959, the U.S. Mint changed the reverse design to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking Lincoln's 150th birthday. That design remained until 2008, after which a series of new designs was introduced. Now, enter the 1975 Lincoln penny, a common coin in terms of mintage, but not so common when it comes to certain varieties, errors, and conditions. Millions were minted, but a select few have risen in value far beyond 1 cent. So what exactly is the Ultra Lincoln 1975 penny. This term is often used by collectors to describe proof-like or ultra-detailed strikes of the Lincoln penny, especially those that stand out due to exceptional sharpness, deep mirror finishes, or very rare errors. There were no official proof pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1975. The proof coins were struck only in San Francisco with the S mint mark. However, certain 1975 no mint mark coins from Philadelphia have been found with striking characteristics that rival or even exceed standard proof coins. Deep mirror-like surfaces, frosty raised features, like Lincoln's portrait, perfect centering and crisp strike, virtually no marks or blemishes, and when one of these turns up in high-grade condition, especially certified by third-party grading companies like PCGS or NGC, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Beyond ultra-sharp strikes, the 1975 penny is also known for some crazy mint errors, and these are the real gold mines for collectors. Off-center strikes, when the coin is not aligned properly during minting, leading to part of the design being missing. A 1975 penny that is 40% off-center in uncirculated condition could sell for $100 to $300, depending on demand. Double die obverse, these coins show doubling in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's features. Very rare and highly sought after. Prices for strong DDO errors can easily reach $200 to $600 or more. BI error, a common Lincoln cent error that appears between the B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like the letter I. Though common, well-preserved examples still attract collectors. Clipped planchet. Part of the coin is literally missing due to a miscut metal blank. These can range in value from $30 to $150. And then there are the high-grade coins, meaning they've never been circulated, untouched by human hands, and graded as MS-65, MS-66, or even MS-67. Coins in this category have fetched auction prices of $442, $500, and in rare cases, even $1,000 for extraordinary specimens. Now the big question: how do you find a valuable 1975 Lincoln penny? Start by checking every 1975 penny in your pocket change, your jars, your drawers, or coin collections inherited from relatives. Set aside any that look unusually shiny or sharp. Look sharp strike and clear details in Lincoln's hair and coat, no mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia, no scratches, spots, or signs of wear, a copper color that shines like it's brand new, any visible doubling on letters or numbers, any noticeable off-center design or strange cuts. You can also use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass to inspect the fine details. If you suspect you've found a valuable coin, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication and grading will increase the coin's value and marketability exponentially. Let's talk money. Most circulated 1975 Lincoln pennies are worth face value, just 1 cent. But those with rare features or ultra-high grades can bring in serious cash. 1975 MS-66 red sold at auction for $200 to $442. A top-tier grade example can go for $600 to $1,000, between $150 and $400, from $250 up to $800, consistently selling for $300 to $600. That's why collectors are constantly searching for these rare gems. The demand for high-grade Lincoln pennies is steadily rising, especially for coins from the 1970s, which are now considered vintage by many numismatists. So is the 1975 Ultra Lincoln penny worth your time? Absolutely. If you enjoy the thrill of treasure hunting, the joy of collecting history, and the possibility of making serious money from something as small as a 1-cent coin, then searching for rare Lincoln pennies is not only fun, it's potentially profitable. And remember, these coins are out there, in jars, boxes, rolls, and collections. They're not just in museums or auction houses. Many have yet to be discovered. So don't throw away your pennies. Don't overlook the small stuff. Because with the right eye, a little patience, and some knowledge, you just might turn copper into cash. Thanks for watching, fellow coin collectors and treasure seekers. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the hidden value of coins in your pocket. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare 1975 penny or want help identifying one. And share this video with your friends. You never know who might be sitting on a $442 penny without realizing it. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and always check your change. Because hidden in your coins might be the next big discovery. See you in the next video. Would you like a custom thumbnail title and tags for this video too? Today, we are diving deep into the world of the 1982 Lincoln cent, one of the most mysterious, complicated, and potentially lucrative 1-cent coins ever minted by the United States. We're talking about errors, varieties, ultra-rare transitional types, and coins that, believe it or not, have been sold for over $400 at auction. That's right, a single 1-cent coin, minted in 1982, possibly sitting in your pocket change or hiding in your old coin jar, could be worth hundreds, even thousands, if it's the right one. So, grab a magnifying glass, stay tuned, and don't skip a second because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to identify a 1982 Ultra Lincoln cent that could change your collection and your wallet forever. Let's get started. Section 1. Background History 115. To understand the 1982 penny, we have to go back to a time of change. The early 1980s were a time of transformation for the United States Mint. In fact, 1982 was a critical year in the history of U.S. coinage. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper, which gave them a reddish-orange tone and a solid feel. But copper prices were on the rise. The U.S. Mint realized that the cost of producing a penny was actually more than 1 cent. That's right, it cost more to make the coin than the coin was worth. So, halfway through 1982, a major decision was made. The composition of the penny was changed. Instead of being made of copper, new pennies would be composed of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper plating. That meant the coin still looked the same, but was much cheaper to produce. But this switch led to confusion and chaos, and that's where the story of the ultra-valuable 1982 Lincoln cents really begins. 1982 was not just the year the metal changed. It was also the year the U.S. Mint made 7 different varieties of the Lincoln cent. That's right, 7. Each variety is slightly different, and each one can mean a totally different value. Here's what collectors know. There are large date and small date versions. There are copper and zinc versions. And they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. When you put all of that together, you get this incredible list of 1982 penny varieties. 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982D large date copper, 1982D large date zinc, 1982D small date zinc. But wait, what about the 1982D small date copper? That's the legendary variety that wasn't supposed to exist. Now here's where things get crazy. For decades, collectors believed that the Denver Mint only produced zinc small date cents in 1982. But in 2016, a discovery shocked the coin collecting world. A 1982D small date copper penny was found. Experts tested it. It weighed 3.11 grams, just like a copper penny should. And it had the Denver Mint mark, and the small date design, which was never meant to appear on a copper planchet at the Denver Mint.it was an error. A transition mistake? But to collectors, it was a dream come true. One of these coins sold at auction for over $18,000. Now imagine if you found one in your change.so. How do you know if you have a valuable 1982 penny? Let's break it down. First, check the date. All 1982 pennies say 1982, but look closely at the shape and size of the numbers. The 2 is the easiest giveaway. In the small date version, the 2 is curved and the tops of the numbers are level. In the large date, the 2 is bigger and the numbers are not aligned evenly. Next, check the weight. You'll need a precise scale, one that reads to the hundredth of a gram. Copper pennies weigh around 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams now. Place your coin on the scale. If you have a 1982 penny with a small date, and it weighs 3.11 grams, you might just be holding one of the most valuable pennies in modern history. Even if it's not that rare transition type, some copper small date varieties have sold for hundreds of dollars if they're in high condition or have errors. Besides the metal composition and date size, other factors can make your 1982 penny extremely valuable. Doubled die obverse where Lincoln's image or the lettering appears doubled off center strikes. Part of the design is missing because it was struck off center by errors. A small die break that looks like a letter, I, between the B and E and LIBRTY clipped planchets. The coin looks like a bite was taken out of it. Cut errors. Raised blobs from die breaks on the rim of the coin. Even a simple off-center strike from 1982 can sell for $50 to $100 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. What is your 1982 penny really worth today, if you've got a 1982 large date zinc? It's probably worth face value unless in mint condition. 1982 small date zinc slightly more collectible, 10 cents to $5 in uncirculated condition. 1982 large date copper about 5 cents to $1 depending on grade. 1982 small date copper up to $10 to $50 plus in high grade. 1982D small date zinc common around 10 cents to $51982D large date copper, slight premium, up to $1019882D small date copper. This is the big one, up to $18,000 or more at auction. On top of that, some perfectly struck 1982 small date copper coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC have recently sold for over $400. Even without major errors. That's how we arrive at today's current market value estimate of up to $442 for some of these ultra-high-grade coins. Sort through your 1982 pennies, get a magnifier to identify date, size, weigh each coin carefully, look for the Denver Mint mark and weigh again, search for doubling or strike errors, store your finds in safe. Flips or coin holders submit rare-looking coins to grading services like PCGS or NGC. Coin hunting can be fun, exciting, and profitable, but only if you know what to look for. The 1982 Lincoln cent is one of the best places to start, because the variety is wild, the demand is strong, and the value potential is massive. So there you have it, complete story of the 1982 Ultra Lincoln penny. From the copper zinc transition, to the legendary small date Denver variety, to the amazing auction values, this coin truly has it all. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin breakdowns, comment below if you have a 1982 penny and want help identifying it, and most importantly, keep checking your change. Because sometimes, all it takes is one penny to make your collection, and your day, worth a whole lot more. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting and keep collecting. Would you like a thumbnail, text, hashtags, or title suggestions for this video too?